It's Swab Poppy coming at you one last time. You see, I ain't really good at this whole goodbye shit, so I just put it in a song. This is my letter to the 207.
It's John Yombz, aka Swab Poppy, aka also Swab, aka also One Stack. I'm from the area. I'm from Portland. I'm Congolese, originally from Congo. Came out here around 2000. Grew up in the area. Went to middle school here, high school, all that. And yeah, I've been making music for about 5 years. Maine hip hop to me is a collection of vibes from a bunch of different people from different backgrounds. We're very immigrant heavy in this state, so I feel like a lot of the music you hear today has to do with how a lot of people came up and the different cultures involved in influencing their music. Me personally, I grew up, I had a bunch of different friends from a bunch of different backgrounds. The vibe was always different when I was with these people versus these people, and you can really hear it in my music. I feel like if you look through all my tracks, you can't find one definite category to put me in, and I feel like that's the same for a lot of these artists around here. And I feel like we have a great story. We have a different story the country's not exposed to yet, and this is our time to share that. I feel like it's a lot more difficult for us to make a lane and for us to get recognition throughout the country because we don't have a definite style. We don't have an already established, basically a lane or a pioneer, someone who stood up before and said, "This is Maine. This is where we're from." A lot of the places I go don't even know this is a state, so I feel like that's a problem. But I really feel like if everyone around here just stayed true to what we knew and who we actually were, that it would be a lot easier for the rest of the country and whoever to grab onto those vibes and feel where we're coming from. Because a lot of people out here sound like Chicago or New York or whatever. But if you look at what Toronto did, Toronto came out of nowhere because they were so on their own style, their own flavor, and I feel like that's all it takes, and we can do it too. I feel like there is a lot of oversaturation of fabricated rap, is what I call it, and if you feel some type of way about it because you know you're probably one of the guys, we all know how it is out here. We all know the safety. We know like crazy things that go on. And I feel like a lot of people get most of the light, most of the attention are people just basically selling you a dream, selling you a fantasy of some dangerous, like this is not Chirac, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they've gotten to a point where they have such a big following, such a huge fan base or whatever, that it's become corny for other people to make music about something else. I remember, I can't even lie, when I first started, I was in that lane of just talking about hitting licks and doing this and doing all this gang shit. And then when I dropped my first conscious track, I didn't get a lot of good feedback. I didn't get a lot of good plays because I feel like it's become a little corny to not lie in your raps, basically. So I feel like the state, the fans, the listeners, the people who aren't making the music need to give people who are saying something a chance. Because I have tracks where I say things that I know for a fact a lot of people can relate to. I've seen people go through the same things I'm saying, but when it comes to sharing and showing love, they gravitate towards the fantasies, the fake stuff. And that's what's holding a lot of people back. I think me personally, all it's gonna take for me to get out there is just me being relentless in spreading my music, spreading the sound, being in your face. Cause at first, like there's this negative vibe about the SoundCloud rapper and you're sending links to everyone and you're just annoying. And I can't lie, that's what held me back initially. When I first started this rap thing, I had a big following because I was still in high school. People were waiting at the end of the week for my tracks and whatnot. But I never pursued it further. I never shot videos. I never looked for shows and stuff like that because I didn't want to be that SoundCloud rapper who's just everyone's trying to be a rapper, you know. But me personally, I feel like I have the style, I have the content, I have the just the personality, and I can adapt to I can make you a song about anything. I can make you feel a vibe about anything. I can make the hood dudes cry. I can make the baddies get down. I can make the nerd whatever. I can make him reevaluate like how important his life is. Like I can make anyone feel anything really. So my biggest thing is just committing to it. Like it might not lead to the riches and the fame and the glory and the Grammys, but the most rewarding thing for me doing this whole thing and the reason why I kept doing this is for the random people to come up to you and say, yo, your song did this for me, your song did that. People rap my lyrics back. Every time I see Dimitri, he's hitting me with my lyrics, something like that. So really, I just gotta get out there. I gotta get more stuff out there, and I don't see why I can't be the first one to really pop off. Anything like King Records, for example, Dimitri, like you saw something in us way before we did. You gone against the grain, broke your back to give us platforms, give us spaces, give us cameras like that. That performance I had at the TV place, that was like the first time I was on camera, on stage in front of people, like, and that experience like helped out a lot. Anyone doing anything like that, like that's real. That's what's gonna help further us faster. That's what's gonna get us there. But anyone else who, like artists, there's certain artists out there who they don't want to share the clout. They don't want anyone to listen to anything other than their music. Like who? Yeah. Like, they know who they are. The dudes who were harassing me on Twitter when I was in my sophomore, junior year, you know who you are. You still know who you are. Like you guys, like, and I would tell you back then, like, I don't understand it. There's enough people in the state that they can listen to my song after they listen to your song, but you're on some, no, you can't ever listen to him. And the weird thing about that is I make a track, I put it out, I have no control over who listens to it. So you're getting mad at me because you're seeing all these retweets, this love and all that, but it's just corny to me, man. Like everyone, if you need to stay in your own lane if you're not gonna help further the collective is how I feel. Like even when I wasn't making music, keeping up with the local artists, I was in my own lane. I was never like if you just dropped a mixtape, there's no way I'm gonna sit here. I haven't made a song in months, but I'm gonna say no. Just keep listening to my old shit. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone just needs to just know yourself, be collected, just work on yourself, work on furthering your craft, and you look up when you get there. A lot of people, you drop a track, you get a couple thousand plays, and you're looking up, you think you're hot shit, but really it's about staying focused, staying down until you're up, and that's what's gonna help. I got the Gotti jumping. All these rappers love to hate it. All my exes hate, they love it. 1047, I really want someone from 104 to hear this. I sent y'all about 5 tracks in high school. One of the tracks you guys told me was good enough to get on there, but you needed a clean version. I rushed the clean version over to you guys, and then you guys told me you weren't taking submissions. I find that crazy. I just find that like ridiculous. You guys are a local station. You guys have the ability to help us get on. You have the ability to get us out there. And at the end of the day, you get bigged up too. Like say I popped off, I was first on 104. That's the first radio that spun me, you know? I feel like as a local station, 104 has a duty, an obligation to every now and then just throw out a local artist. And it doesn't take much. Um, maybe have the lines open for feedback to help the artist or whatever. It doesn't take much, but you guys have the biggest platform and you're here, and all you do is spin stuff from other places. I find that crazy. I think we could further this, we can excel the rate that music is being made, videos are being made, our sound getting out there if you guys just take a listen every now and then, honestly. And even if no one's submitting anything, just pop on SoundCloud, hashtag Portland. You know what I'm saying? Just spin that shit. Cause there's a lot of artists out here. Like I was telling my friend Sammy the other day, he made a track that's a legitimate radio banger. But he just needs the help. Honestly, the best artist in Maine is me. And I don't even think it's close. Like I don't want to sound cocky or whatever, but if you look at all my tracks, you got the conscious stuff, you got the deep stuff, you got the heartbroken stuff, the depressed stuff, you got the vibes, you got the turn up, you got all of that. Honestly, when I look around and I listen to a lot of people out here, everyone's stuck in one lane, everyone's doing one thing, one distinct sound, which is alright, because that's their identity. But that's why I feel like I'm the best, because I can adapt, I can give you anything. Some of the shit I say, like I'm still listening back like, oh my God, this guy's crazy, you know? Like I'm telling you, like, honestly, I'm a different animal than anyone out here, and like this is the first year, like I want everyone to like look in my eyes and see like I'm not playing this year. Like I'm coming hard. Everyone's gonna hear it, everyone's gonna feel it. You're gonna try to ignore it, try to brush it under, like, oh, he's still rapping, until I'm in your eardrum, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is my year, and everyone's gonna feel it, honestly. It's something you can't miss with me. I spit that truth, no trickery. The local scene is history. When I say this is my year, what I mean by that is like not even just music, just mind, body, soul. Like I'm getting myself together, I'm getting myself collected, and I'm really pursuing the things that I've always wanted to pursue, the things that I've let people chirp in my ears and tell me like, oh, that's a long shot, oh this, oh that. And music's the biggest one because I can rap, and I don't need anyone else on this planet to tell me that. Like I can rap, I can write, and I'm really nice with it to a point where if you said what I just wrote down, you would have blown my mind, you know, kind of thing. And I'm really gonna hone that, and I'm really gonna take it to the max. And who knows, like, but just know like there's videos coming. I'm hitting legit studios. We getting the sound quality perfect. Like I'm coming so hard because I've most of my life I've let people tell me that like yeah, you can, but it's not a good idea or whatever. But nah, this year like I'm confident. I'm the only one in my ear, and everyone's gonna feel it. They're gonna feel the pressure, like for real. Honestly, like R.I.P. Nip, like this is a dude I've been listening to basically all my life. Like you say West Coast, like that is the West Coast. You know, you name legends, you name people falling in the West Coast, and he's right up there. He's on the Mount Rushmore. One thing about Nipsey that like really touched me was this is a dude. I was watching this video earlier, and I've already seen this video, but he's in the hood with baggy tee and the cornrows, just looking like a gangster. But they asked him about what he's gonna do with his future, and the first thing he says is, I'm gonna invest in land, I'm gonna invest in businesses, and make sure my people are set for life. And that's to me, like, you look around, there's not a lot of heroes out here, but that was a hero, and that dude changed my life. He was a big motivation. A lot of his songs about grinding, about getting after it, like, I'll never forget that. It's a shame that he had to die over some bullshit, gun violence, gang violence, whatever the case may be, but that just, it just really hit home when you see someone who's did whatever for his community. This is someone who's made more than enough money to live up in the hills away from all this, but he's still in the hood. He's got his store in the hood, and you hear all these stories about him trying to help these kids out, send this girl's daughter to college, just shit like that. And it really shows you, like, if you're a real artist, like, that's what you're aiming for. You're not aiming for the Bugattis and the cameras and the Grammys. We're aiming to get enough money where you could come back and change a lot of the situations for people who grew up just like you. When I say this is my year, I mean just everything, not even just music.
Mellow woods, fuck a blunt, fuck a nigga tryna stunt. She an eater, let her munch. We a problem, always mobbing.